Hey, so you want to learn to trade, but don't know where to start? Well, fear not, because today I will be teaching you exactly how to start trading. In this video, we will be going over what common trading terms mean like upgrade and downgrade, how to get your first items to start trading, the best places to trade, how to start making profit, and more. Alright, so let's start off with how you can actually begin trading. So, the minimum level that you need to be to start trading is level 20, which, as you can see from the video, there is no trade button. Now, this was actually recorded on my level 13 alt account, in case you were wondering. Now, I have about 4 hours of playtime on this account, but it realistically should not take you more than 1 day of playtime if you are a new player. During this grind to level 20, I recommend not spending any of your KR on spins and instead saving up all the KR you get in order to purchase a skin off the market. You're going to want to buy a relic with the KR you have saved up, and I recommend getting a knife skin as your first skin. Now, here are some examples of relic knives on the screen now, or alternatively, you could go for a legendary knife. It all depends on how much KR you have saved up, but these knives are always in high demand. People want to trade for them, so I do highly recommend a knife to be your purchase. So you're probably wondering what a good purchase looks like, and basically you just gotta look at the last sale price along with the graph here to be able to tell how much on average this knife sells for. And if it's listed for below what it normally sells at, then I would consider it a good purchase, and you could definitely trade it for more. So now you're level 20 and have a knife to trade, you're just going to want to hit servers and then search for trade. Then you want to hit official customs and just... And congratulations! You are now in the trade lobby, but you have no drip. I mean, look at this. Nobody wants to trade with this guy who has no items. Let me just put on some drip and, perfect! See? Look how much better this is working already. Everyone in the lobby is flocking to me because they want to trade and, let me just, Yep, okay, cool. Yep, look at this. Amazing! People want to trade. See, everyone wants to trade. It's all in the drip. I mean, if you're new, you probably don't have any items to customize your character, but if you do, it shows people that you have items and it attracts them towards you, giving you more opportunities to trade. So make sure to equip any customization items that you get whilst trading in order to attract those people to get more and more trades. Okay, so next up I'm going to teach you guys some of the lingo that you may come across when trading and what it means. So there are two main words that you may have seen before, and now these are upgrade and downgrade. Now an upgrade is where you turn some of your shitty items into a better item, and a downgrade is where you turn a good item into a few shittier items. So now you know some of the lingo that people use whilst trading. Now you're going to need to know what items to look for whilst trading, and basically that boils down to supply and demand. So of course items which there are less of in circulation tend to be more expensive, which is basic economics, but this isn't always the case if there is no demand for an item. Now each item has demand based off of two main things: how good the item looks and what type of item it is. So some examples of types of items which will have high demand include knives, dyes, and pet items, although pet items also have high demand due to low circulation, which causes them to be quite rare. Looks is a completely subjective factor which plays into demand, but items which are expensive and rare often also look good. For example, the Redux Melee or Void Slicer Melee are two examples of items that the community as a whole can agree look good. That is more or less everything you need to know about trading. Learning item prices and item demand more or less comes with experience. Now in the description below I have left the links to two Krunker trade discords, KMT and Jade, which you can join to ask people prices and ask for advice on trades. You can also use the search bar in order to find an item you want to know the price of. For example, if I wanted to find the price of Void Slicer, I would search Void Slicer, scroll down until I found a message asking for the price of Void, look for a reply, now this one's just not right, and here we have an actual price of Void Slicer. So that's just an example of how you can use trading discords. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking you guys through a typical sort of trade that you might see. So we get into the trade, you know, we just say hi, then he asks what I want. So I go and look through his inventory, and I can't really see anything that I really want too much. Now this isn't necessarily a bad thing, so instead I ask him if he wants to offer for something that I'm trying to get rid of, which in this case is Flame Tamer. You can see my the rev that I have, the Flame Tamer rev. I put it in the trade here, and that is pretty much what I'm trying to trade. I'm just gonna ask him if he wants to offer something for it. So you see here quickly me just checking the Flame Tamer price. As you can see, it's last sold 14, which is kind of on the low side, so I'm not really sure how much I would want to be trading this for, really, like, if I'm being honest. Maybe like 16, 17. He says 14 last in the trade, but the thing is I don't really want to be trading my Flame Tamer at all. I got this from Hawk, you know, Mr. Hawk, some of you may know him, so I don't really want to be trading it at all, if I'm being honest. This was just for the video to show you guys how a normal trade would work. And yeah, as you can see in the trade, he says it's quick sold, but he can do 15 for it. And, you know, I thought I'd go along with it just to see what he'd sort of offer. I'm just checking the prices of some of his items right now. Like, I checked his Contra Pistol price and, like, what it's selling for. And that's more or less what you want to be doing in a trade. You want to be putting up those graphs. You want to be seeing how much an item sells for, asking those discords what they would price it as, if they would take the trade, that sort of thing. So what he's done now is he's put up an offer for 17, more or less, which is his Contra Pistol, which costs 10k, and his Relic AK, which costs 7k. Now he actually prices it as 6, almost 7, he says here in a minute, which, you know, I would say is 17, and he was wanting Flame Tamer and Puzzler, so that's actually a pretty fair trade, if I'm being completely honest. If I was actually trading Flame Tamer and it wasn't like down like 6k over the past couple of days, then I probably would take this. But the fact that Flame Tamer is down quite a bit, I have faith that it could go back up again, if I'm being honest with you here. Now, I know I got the Flame Tamer for free, but if I had actually paid for this back when it was higher, I don't really want to be taking a loss on this trade. So I tell this guy that I'm probably not going to take it. He's down to do this trade, but yeah, I think I was going to pass on that one. This would actually be a good trade on his behalf. But yeah, here we just say good luck, and that is more or less how you expect a trade to go. So the last thing I'm going to be sharing with you today in this video is how to actually make profit. Now, there are a few ways to make profit, but the most common way is going back to the upgrade and downgrade words that I defined earlier. So you're going to be wanting to upgrade your lower priced items into a better item in a fair trade, where your items are worth more or less the same as their item is worth. And then you want to downgrade your one item into multiple lower priced items at a profit. So you're going to want to be making a couple hundred to a couple thousand KR profit on each downgrade you do. Now that's of course based off of your item price, and then factors like demand come into play here when knowing if a trade is worth it or not. Now, your items will sell faster if they have a higher demand, so you want to be trading for items with higher demand so that you can trade them faster, of course. Well guys, that's pretty much everything that you need to know about trading. We've gone over how to actually start trading, supply and demand, and how to make profit. So if this video helped you in any way, then feel free to give the video a like. It lets me know that the video was actually informative, and I don't usually do this, but if you're here at the end of the video, you probably enjoy my content, or at least find it helpful, so feel free to subscribe to get more of my content in your subscription feed. But apart from that, thank you to everyone who made it to the end. That's about it from me. Now, I do just want to say quickly, I have exams for the next few weeks, so this might be my last video for about a month or two, but I should be back to posting weekly after my exams are over. And apart from that, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.